This is the Galaxy Report for Saturday, April 29th, 2006.
Here's to the finest crew in Starfleet. Engage. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
First duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth. Scientific truth, or historical truth, or personal truth. It is the guiding principle on which Starfleet is based. And you can't find it within yourself to stand up, tell the truth. You don't deserve to wear that uniform.
This is becoming a speech.
Welcome to the Galaxy Report. I'm Farika Saka. Unfortunately, Flipside's computer blew up on us during this week, so in his place is Galactic Center Meat Puppet. From this point, he will be known as Josh. Josh, how are you doing tonight?
Stupendous.
Stupendous. I like that.
I got my cue cards full of big words this time.
It adds a little flair to the show to have something like that in there. Okay, this week, what do we have? We're going to go over Publish 28. We're going to kind of review it, give our thoughts, what we like, what we didn't like, all that good stuff. We have Rogue 5's comlink, Friday feature, and of course we'll do Q&A. So why don't we jump right into Publish 28?
No more Picard song?
No. I kind of... It actually went crazy on me as I was playing it. There's a couple of parts that kind of cut in and out. I think my laptop's about to blow up.
Aw.
Gotta
Such a
hate
good
that.
song.
I hope I don't get the blue screen of death. Which at some point during the show we may lose Josh. He tends to, only person I know that can constantly crash Windows XP with the blue screen, but... Okay, Publish 28. This came to us on Wednesday, and there were a few bugs to it. What was weren't you part of one of the main things that happened with one of the servers going down?
Yeah, I was on Starsider. We went kaput. 5 minutes after Publish 28 started, we went down for 4 hours.
Do they know what happened? Was it a hardware failure? Or?
No, it was just a login server or something crapped out on us.
Nice.
We had to hang around on Bloodfin for a while. We crashed your servers, hopefully.
Yeah, too bad I was at work. I could have killed your albino Wookiee.
She's too hot for you.
Okay, let's see. What do we have? Publish 28. We'll start off with the armor. They removed the armor certifications. This means anybody can now wear any sort of armor, except for Mandalorian armor, which is restricted to bounty hunters and master commandos.
Thank God. So happy they took off the restrictions. I hated that.
Don't you think they should have added some sort of, I don't know, the better the armor, maybe there was some sort of it restricted your movement a bit, or, because it seems like now everyone's just going to go to one kind of armor.
You mean just one class, having all RS or whatever?
Yeah, kind of like it was before the CU when everybody got their composite.
Well, everything's pretty much on par now with each other. I'm running around with every type of armor. I like having this. You can mix and match so much better now.
I kind of have that right now with my smuggler. I haven't respected bounty hunter yet, but I just kind of have some pieces. I went killing Night Sisters on Dathomir, and I was just putting stuff together because all my armor was at a different house I didn't feel like flying to, so I decided to make myself a new set.
Gonna be the rainbow one, huh?
Yeah, I look awesome.
God, I hate you guys. Your clown armor.
Combat professions can start wearing armor at combat level 22. Entertainers and traders can now wear armor when they reach the start of Phase 2 of their profession. Jedis are restricted from wearing armor. There are no hindrances and no movement penalties. And what's this?
I don't know why they gave it to the entertainers and traders.
What's that?
They all die in one hit still. I don't know why they even bother giving them armor.
Everyone
they still die in one hit.
Everyone wants to see a dancing stormtrooper.
Oh yeah, doing the belly, doing the worm. I forgot to do that. Thank you for reminding me.
I've given you something to do with next time you log into the game.
Yeah, suit up my hooker and stormtrooper armor and go dancing.
Wonderful. And they kind of changed the loot selection, and I don't know. I printed out my notes this week, so I'm completely lost as to what I normally do. So I'm trying to get a hang of a new system.
We got our little root revamp. We got our milk and eggs. Gotta love that.
There's nothing like getting milk off of an NPC.
Yeah, I've been milking Mandalorians at the Watch Bunker. They weren't too happy.
Have to kill them afterwards. They felt dirty.
Well, it's great because the on Starside to milk on Endor right now is like 900 OQ. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know who uses the milk though.
Too bad you can't trade cross-server.
That'd be something for smugglers. That'd be cool.
There we go. We've just figured out the smuggler revamp.
Smugglers can swap servers anytime they want.
Or they can just trade items across it. Maybe they could go to a
That'd be cool.
special terminal. Okay, I'm going to move along because we got a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah.
Badges. Master Politician badges will no longer be granted for declaring your house residency or landing on the planet Tatooine after exiting the tutorial.
It's a little late now, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody has it.
For the 5 new players that will join between now and whenever the game closes down.
No, hundreds a day.
Yeah, okay, Julio.
And the pilot badge earned in the new player tutorial is now correctly described. Hey, gotta love that.
Yeah,
Clone-
you pilot hater.
Yeah,
I've been asked
worthless.
by the pilot community to smack you really hard for your comments about destroying the pilots. You've made many enemies on Starsider.
Starsider can go to hell.
Oh, hey, that's listeners. That's listeners.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love Star. Wow, let me
No,
start
no
the
way,
show
we're
again.
all
This is a
PvP.
Galaxy report. Cloning sickness. This is a new thing that they added to the game. This is kind of like the current death penalty. When you die, you get 75% of your health and action is reduced, so you can get killed pretty easily. And you can get that cured by a medical droid, which they placed those. They ended up placing those in the. Where'd they end up?
In the clone centers.
Okay, they put them in the clone centers. I
Yeah,
thought they
and
put
they
them in
have
hospitals.
voiceovers on them too.
The med
No,
center?
they didn't put them in hospitals. They should have, but didn't do it.
I went somewhere
They
and I
got
thought
cool
I saw one
voiceovers
there.
on them too. Did you?
I think so.
Oh, I haven't been in a hospital since pre-CU, so I haven't seen any, but I've seen them in the cloning centers.
Okay, maybe they put them in both, which I don't understand that, but
I've been using them all week. I've been trying to get the cybernetic legs, and I've been just running around killing myself everywhere.
I used it once just to test it, and you entertainers will be proud of me. I went right to an entertainer and got it healed in like 2 seconds.
You know, yeah, I know. It's gonna be longer than that.
Why?
It's gonna be like a minute. I don't know. Some entertainers have content.
I
Poor
tipped
entertainers.
the entertainer $5K. I'm like, if I'm gonna pay $5K, I'm gonna pay it to the entertainer. I dipped into my like 3 mil purse to give them $5K for healing my cloning sickness.
How do you only have 3 mil after 3 years in this game?
I just don't go looking for money.
You don't go selling your loot or anything?
Nope.
I
keep
played
it
my
all.
veteran reward chair for 3 years, and the Emperor's chair. And I don't know why, but it gave me 2 by accident. I just sold one. I got 12 mil out of it. I still have a chair.
I did that with which was it? Oh, the Wookiee Life Day.
Oh yeah, the gifts.
Yeah, I kept creating new characters and then
I
trading
did
them
that too.
until I got everything, and then I sold the rest of them off. I don't know.
The gift is right when they put those out too.
Cloning sickness. I mean, it's like a start to adding something entertainer. It's a nice little. I guess.
It needs to be developed.
Yeah, it's something that they can
Low
expand
timer right
upon.
now. And they didn't think it out completely too, because I was on the Corvette yesterday doing the quest for Java, and there's no droid up there. So if you die in the Corvette, you have to like sit out the 10-minute timer. It's only like a 45-minute mission or whatever.
Then don't die.
Well, don't die. It's like 12 super battle droids around every corner. You gotta bring like an entertainer with you.
Well, see, look, now they've added content for entertainers. People will be looking for them to go up to the.
They
To
can
the
farm maybe
Corvette.
21s. Do they still have their non-aggro thing going on?
I
They
believe.
should, unless of course they go after some boss indoors.
Well, I think it's bosses indoors will attack them.
Mhm.
So like named NPCs only?
Enemy bosses, NPCs are now aggressive towards traders and entertainers indoors. You may run across some new bosses.
What qualifies as a boss?
I think it's just the ones that have those those slashes
Oh,
beside
the
their
chevrons?
names. Yeah, the
elite
chevrons
bears.
beside their names.
Okay.
Well,
Good
great.
stuff.
Awesome. See, they talk more about the death penalty, heavy weapons. They've kind of, they've reduced some of the splash damage on the target's distance from the center of attack, which I think makes sense. I don't know. It never made sense that someone right in the center would get the same amount of damage as someone staying on the outside. But
Yeah, but that whole patch isn't too good for Commando. It's not working really well. The feathering damage on the weapons is really screwed up right now. Like, if you go in the Deathwatch bunker and you're shooting people, like, you have to feather the damage to get to do the maximum amount. And I use the rocket launcher, which isn't as effective, but the lava cannon is complete crap right now. I remember saying last week that we would get the nerf bat, and we just got it really bad.
well, I mean, it was really bad before when you just going through like with the lava cannon. I went up there with Gyron, end of the Corvette, and he was just taking a lava cannon, just like going room to room, just blasting the hell out of everything.
And it was great. It was fun. Made Commando great.
Well, you have to admit it needed a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah, but they just whipped its ass. It's like 75% crap now. Which makes me happy I never bought one, but...
But you still have other weapons you can use and be effective. I mean, it's not like you're completely worthless.
The rocket launcher's great right now. I pretty much just whip out my clone rifle whenever I do anything like that.
You know, I had a great
Yeah,
idea
especially.
involving cloning sickness, and I can't remember what it was, so hopefully we can go back to that later when I remember.
Sorry, R5. Had the
can't steal
solution
any
to
more of
save
my
Star
ideas.
Wars.
Everyone will be happy to know that Wookiee weapons now have sound effects.
Yay.
Wookiees don't deserve sound.
How can you hear anything over their like horrible whining roars? Action costs have been reduced for all non-medic self-healing abilities. What do you guys think about there's people talking that medics shouldn't have a cost to their healing for the
Well,
action.
then you just get like the medic circle jerk happening, where they just have like 4 medics sitting in a circle, like constantly healing themselves and shooting.
Well, you talked about that last week. You didn't get that going?
The medic circle jerk?
Yeah, you talked about like getting like eight
Oh,
of them
yeah.
together and going like special forces and not
Yeah, I
attacking
tried
anybody.
finding 8 medics. I could find 8 Jedi. I could find 1,000 Jedi. I can't find 2 medics.
Well, I don't know. According to the poll I put up on our boards, I think the least played combat profession is spy.
It's entertainer here. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
I said combat profession.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Opposite.
Yeah.
There's a
Sorry.
difference. They had the combat removed. If you didn't catch that note.
Four spies.
Yes. And I was one
You're
of them.
spy, aren't you?
I was. I'm a smuggler currently, waiting to go bounty hunter.
Wait, you thought smuggler was an upgrade over spy?
No,
What are you
Class.
smoking?
No, what I did is after Gyron left on his vacation, I decided, okay, I'm going to try something different. I'll be Jedi. I've never been a Jedi before. So I was a Jedi for about 2 days, and I decided to do something else. I'm like, I'll go smuggler because I used to be a smuggler. I'll go back to smuggler. And I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think most of their specials work. That could be me, but I didn't think anything was happening when I was using them.
I think medic would be the most bugged one, because medic's all about heals, and heals only work like 10% of the time. They
Is
get
that
off
just
already.
self-heals, or is that medic heals too?
I don't know if self-heals or anything. Like, I was doing the Deathwatch bunker today, and I hit the heal button and it would go off and it would start the timer, but my health wouldn't, like, recharge at all.
That's a
See,
good
I didn't notice
technology.
these issues. Yeah. I didn't notice, like, the health problems. I heard people talking about the medic heals not working sometimes, or any heals at all. I thought they were just whining, and then it happened to me. And it's never an issue until it happens to me.
And now you're one of the whiners.
Yeah. I'm going over to the bug wiki and just spam it with, like, medic.
We've been getting a lot of hits on that. I'm very happy that people are getting some of the published 28 issues and more in there.
Oh, there's so much to talk about of issues. 27 was almost perfect, so we didn't have anything to put in there before.
And then 28 was a disaster. No, I can't say that. I've had a lot of fun with 28 and I haven't run into any issues yet, so.
Well, it's one of those things you love and hate. It has a lot of issues, but they did a lot more right than they did wrong. I'm kind of ticked off there with the whole terrain issue. I don't know how they managed to break the terrain.
No, kind of explain that one. I think I've noticed it. I don't know. Like when I'm going on my speeder, I kind of see like triangles. Like a hill
Yeah.
will be kind of like triangly, and then I get up to it and stuff will just kind of like pop in there.
Yeah, it's like rendering itself as you get closer to it. It's kind of like the Halo 2 thing. It's going low res and just shooting into normal, and then it's like making squares of terrain everywhere. There's flora. I don't know how they broke that. They didn't do anything to the terrain in the patch, but it's a testament to how complicated Star Wars Galaxy's code is, I guess.
You're gonna
They
find
just changed
yourself
one
fired
thing.
after this. Okay, I'm going to start getting through some more of these.
Okay.
Proc effects, text message. Characters will no longer enter combat if they place a trap, throw a grenade, heal, or do any other action that doesn't require a target. Creatures closing the melee range inside of structures and caves will no longer circle you endlessly. Why not? Isn't that what everybody
Did we get
does
that patch
to
a year
NPCs?
ago? Is that a patch note for this one?
Yeah, published 28.
Haven't they been fixing that for like 2 years?
Well, it's kind of like when the big thing was, I think it was last summer or something, when you could sit down without like sliding.
Oh yeah, the James Brown thing, where
Yeah.
you went to meditate and then you could get up and you slide across.
Well, if you watch like half the people that play the game, what they're going to do is when they attack an NPC, they're going to circle around them. So I think the NPC's just using tactics. I don't really think it's a bug.
I think it's a bug. I wouldn't credit Sony for programming the circle strafing NPC.
Fix an issue that would cause cooldown timers to work incorrectly if a player switched from one character to another. I don't know anything about that one.
Never heard of that either.
You can no longer melt creatures via the radial menu. That's disappointing.
Yeah, milking was very Star Warsy.
It was
Cybernetics.
fun.
Big old bantha nipples.
Hear Dukas every now and then. Say, guys, leave the crafters alone.
Exactly.
You can hear him typing the rest of the time.
Hey, they keep asking me stuff, so.
We'll get to Q&A. Don't worry. I'm going to start speeding through these.
If they only start asking questions.
Cybernetics are in the game. Back in the game. All the cybernetic arms are fully functional. The existing ones that were in game have been updated, supposedly.
I still want my death limbs. I can't get them.
You
I
keep
want the legs so bad.
Did they bring that back too? Oh yeah, Dynamo
Yeah,
Adventure Planet without having your clone data stored can sometimes.
Yeah, Adventure Planet or like those are the expansions in Dantooine, Endor, those places like that, the high risk ones.
Well, they should up the rate of that. I mean, cloning sickness and that would be a definite, that would be a decent death penalty. And if you put some sort of negative effect on the cybernetic limbs.
Oh, I don't want that because I like them.
Well, no, I mean, have it where you could get like cybernetic limbs that do something or maybe that don't do anything, but then also the chance of getting one that's going to, I don't know, reduce your stamina by like 20. It's just a
You can
thought.
pay to get them off too, so that's content for entertainers. If you had to pay, like I've been doing this since they released Rage of the Wookiees, you don't have to pay the engineer to take off your cyber limbs when you get them, the bad ones. You just offer them to a vendor and retrieve it.
Shh. I haven't done that. So
I'm just taking away from the game. Tuesday tip.
Okay, the cybernetics are in the game. You have the cyborg armor arm, the strength arm, the lightning arm, which I think I want the lightning arm because right click for a damage bonus, and the ability can be used once every 6 minutes, and it has a chance of giving an additional bonus when used with a melee weapon. Of course, I never attack with a melee weapon, so maybe I don't want one. The revive arm, the sure shot arm, and the critical snipe arm. So that's about it for cybernetics. You want yours, you're not getting them, and
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
really
miserable. I want the legs from Meta too. Those were cool.
you'll be happy to
They
know
never
that,
got put-
that fireworks show packages can be used by all players to set up fireworks events. I know a lot of people have been complaining to me about that one.
There's fireworks in Star Wars Galaxies?
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen any since launch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Don't you remember from like the first couple of weeks when like people are grinding up, the first couple branches of Artisan, and it's like, oh, look what I can make. Shoo!
Yeah, they're going off everywhere in Isley. That was great. I don't think I've seen them since though.
I'll make you a bunch. I got it. All my crafters can make them, so.
If you make me enough, I'll like AFK them. I'll
How
sit
many
there
you
all day
want?
firing off fireworks.
How many you want?
I don't know, 10,000?
Okay.
I'll sit there fireworking all day.
Let's do transactions after the show, guys. Galactic Civil War changes. They changed the way you can go from on duty to off duty and all that good stuff.
That's awesome, that feature.
I haven't had a chance to do that yet because I haven't done any PvP. But if they combined this and brought back the old TEF system, I would be a very happy person.
I would too. It's really fun to go around in PvP just whenever you want now. But I keep forgetting to pay the droid. I end up going up there with like 3k health. No birding.
As you stand there, oh shit. I mean, shoot.
Shoot, yeah. Oh crap. I don't know why they added a recruiter though to Dantooine, the rebel outpost. That was one of the things they added in the last patch we didn't even need it.
Now they can just kill them. You should be able to kill the recruiters now.
You should be able to. There's nothing on them. You can buy the the Imperial hat. I want to buy the rebel backpack, but I don't know where I even went.
Oh, you bastard. You're off the show after this week.
He was never seen again. So you haven't tried the new PvP command?
No, I haven't. Why don't you explain it to everybody?
Oh,
In case
basically
anyone who hasn't, read the notes.
slash PvP and then you're going.
It sounds like another game I've played.
And first it puts you combatant, and then if you want to go special forces, you just type it again.
Oh, you have to
It's
do
really
it twice.
great. Yeah, it's like when you're overt, and then you're like walking through the streets, you're already there. You see some guy up to you with his name blinking, and he's like following you around with a slash PvP on, just waiting for it to kick in. You can't get away.
So then you just run into a house.
No, I stay in a fight, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, and it's great. Because I want to die, I want to get those damn limbs. It's a win-win for me.
Even those damn limbs. Okay. All the Rebel and Imperial Tier 1 pilot trainers on Corellia, Tatooine, and Naboo will now tell players about the slash PvP command if they ask to join the ground forces. Thank God for those guys. Junk dealers have prices on many new items, and they will not buy Acklay armor. I got my full set of Acklay armor.
Yeah, that's green. I like that. I liked it more than I thought I would. I thought it was okay, it's just shin armor, it's gonna suck, but it was a really cool green.
It has decent stats on it. I mean, especially I think it's for like level 27 and above. Like you have to be 27 to get it. And it seemed to have decent stats.
For that level, yeah. It wouldn't be great for like you or me at 90, but it's good for when you're new. I wish it was pink though.
What I like the setup of the way the missions worked, where you have to go, you kill the enraged Acklay in Borvo's whatever, his little palace or whatever underground thing, bunker. That's what they're called nowadays, bunkers. And you get a little piece, you have to take it to, you look at it, it starts you on a mission. You go to a guy and you talk to him, and he sends you out to collect items. The only thing I didn't like about collecting the items is you hop on the shuttle, you get to your place, you bike out there, and when you get to the waypoint, all the creatures you want are like within 50 meters. they're like all grouped together, so it's like you have to get 15 items off of these things, and there's like 25 of them just sitting around. I would have liked it.
Nice.
I would have liked it more if they would have spread them out. Say like, okay, here's a waypoint. They're in this area, and then you have like, say, I don't know, 200, 300 meters around that area where they're spread out, maybe even 500 meters, and then you could avoid the situation like what I was running into. Is I would get out there and there'd already be a person there, collecting the stuff. So it's like, okay, I sit down, I wait for him to collect his, and I'd wait for them to respawn, and then I'd take my turn and go and attack, and someone else would be waiting. And if they spread them out a bit, people could just be walking around, everybody doing their little thing, trying to get some, and really wouldn't be running into each other as much. I mean, I like running into people in the game, but not when you have to just sit there and wait for them to finish killing stuff.
You could have called me. I would have brought my commando grenades, taken them all at once. My flamethrower.
I was trying not to be a bastard.
Does that mission have any bugs in it? Is it gated in any way?
No, I got my entire set.
That's amazing. No bugs in the quest.
Nope.
No more bugs in the legacy quest.
And I was on Bloodfin, and I would go to the enraged Acklay, and people would be there and everyone was cool. We would take turns, on the spawn, and there's no a-hole that's like, no, I was here first. Quite impressed. Congratulations, Bloodfin people.
I'm just amazed that's like not bugged in any way, because every legacy quest is go to point A from point B, and they somehow end up broken.
Got my entire set. I made sure I wanted to get my entire set before the show so I could say I got my entire set and knew it wasn't bugged. Alright, let's see what
There was a couple of quests too, weren't there? There was a couple of new additions to the Secrets of Siren.
Oh, let's see. I will skip forward since you want to bring that up.
Oh, I thought we were on the quest section.
No, there's like pages and pages. I'm really going to have to...
How did we get there? We were like on the Galactic Civil War or something, weren't we?
Well, we were on the Galactic Civil War, and then I made the comment about junk dealers not buying the Ackley armor, and phew, went off on a tangent. Okay, we'll get to the quest in a minute. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Armor pieces of all types now drop as loot. Have you messed around with any of the new loot?
I found a lot of loot in the Death Watch bunker, and I'm liking it. But it's also a bigger shaft to crafters, because now not only do the armors match the quality of crafted armor and have a stat on it, they have 2 stats.
I like that. I like seeing the 2 stats. And, crafters, don't kill me on this one. I'm still for the, get the reverse engineering in and let crafters create items with, more additional stats to them.
Yeah.
But,
they should have a stat experimentation.
But I like the stuff that I see dropping right now. It's, it's useful until the crafters get their stuff. I'm sorry, I'm going with looted. Even if I have to piece it together.
Even your clown armor.
Well, can you blame me, Dukas? Wouldn't you, if you were combat?
Unfortunately, yes, which is why I'm saying grrr.
We just got him back in game and you're turning him away already.
Yeah, crafters quit until reverse engineering. No, I lied. Don't do that. Okay, I'm trying to see what else we have. I like the little piece they added in here. Be sure to check the bazaar, visit your friendly neighborhood munitions trader to satisfy the rest of your armor needs.
I noticed that. That was great.
That's
Hearts preaching.
Right there, that's the trader revamp. They put that little blip in there, and
Yep.
here you go, guys. We told everybody to go visit you. They've added protective clothing for Jedi. I haven't seen any of this, but I believe Cactus has, and I'm sure he's going to be calling in. So.
Yeah, I looted some too. I looted dress slippers with some mods on them. They were pink.
Were they?
Made me feel badass.
Oh, I have a buddy I was talking to last night. He looted some pink Jedi stuff. I don't know exactly what he got, but I told him pink was his color. So.
Well, JR getting what they deserve. They're all going to be dressed really nasty.
Let's see. Clothing with protection will be available as loot drops for Athorian and Wookiee Jedi. Yeah, I got some crap ass Athorian and Wookiee stuff that I looted off of Night Sisters. I'm going to have to delete. I'm going to put it on my vendor. I'm deleting it.
Get the newsboy hat. Put it on my vendor. It's awesome.
The Aurelian Village Mine Crystal, the no trade restriction for this item has been removed and it should now be tradable. I thought that was really funny when that happened.
Yeah, everybody had it on their alt.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or
they claim to.
Yeah. All 5 of them that I bought recently are on my alt. Let's see, shooting through. The mounts increase the movement rates for mounts. And they also put in the not doing the 15-second delay when they're being called into the world. I thought I heard something about mounts not calling properly.
Yeah, they call. Sometimes you click the button and it just says 0 seconds until pet call. And half the time it'll actually call. When it says 0 seconds, it'll immediately call. And the other half, it'll just never happen.
And that's in the bug wiki, so I'm happy to, I think that's where I actually read about it. Mm-hmm. The amount of citizens required per city rank has been reduced.
That's bad.
You don't like that?
No, I'm just going to contribute to ghost towning. I hope they do a city purge soon. Then I wouldn't mind that much. But now, like, so many cities already, or so many planets already city capped, making an outpost like 5 people is not good.
Hey, let's see. Player cities should no longer be charged fees for old skill trainers registered to the city after one city update. Okay.
skill traders.
I remember those.
Oh, God, remember when you actually had to earn apprenticeship
I
points?
loved apprenticeship points.
You go around harassing people, telling them to drop their skills so you can teach it again to them.
I'd do that with buddies. It'd be like, no, you don't understand. I need the apprenticeship points so I can look at my next hollow.
Looking to buy AP. Paying $50K per skill.
I remember like my first week, I trained with some guy and I like tipped him 100 credits because like back then 100 credits was a big thing and I think that's what it cost like to learn a skill and like the guy got all offended. It's like, hey asshole, you should have given me more money. It's like, you should have. I know who not to talk to now. Player structures. They've turned maintenance back on and I keep getting the email about my medium Tatooine house not having any maintenance in it.
Oh, don't worry, it'll never burn down anyway.
I know, it's just coming from my bank account. Which they're gonna have to
I don't know why that's there.
They're gonna have to turn that off at some point if they're gonna want to pack up these houses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rent is like half now, isn't it?
Yeah, they reduced it by
maintenance?
50%. I didn't think it was that bad before.
It wasn't. It was just like 50 per hour on the big places, and that was it. I remember that pissed Kirsten off or whatever, the politician correspondent, senator, whatever we are now.
She didn't like that?
No, she's like the biggest lobbyist for packing up houses, turning on maintenance, doubling it. Then we find out they're like turning it back on, but it's getting halved, and they're like halving the number of people for cities.
You know what I'd like to see is, while we're talking about structures, I'd like to see something put in place where you, instead of like having, like a lot of people use houses just for storage. I mean, I have like one house I decorate and the rest are just some place to go to dump stuff in. I'd like to see something, maybe like a storage shed added to the game that doesn't have like, has like a really small blueprint, like, or footprint that like people could drop down and store stuff in and like they would have to pay maintenance on them, but it wouldn't be, it would just be a way to like clear out like some of these houses that are everywhere. And of course, yeah, you're going to have like the little storage units, but I think it would clear some space.
Some Yard King tool sheds or something?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I want to see, it's in the Star Wars Galaxies art book they published when the game came out. They had like faction bases for cities, and it wasn't like just the bases we have now, we just plop them down. It was like you could actually build modular sections of a wall and like make a compound out of your city.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the art book. I'm like, oh, sweet, where's this at?
I think that's something that's really missing from cities is the ability to have like roads and, you know, cities look so incomplete even like with their big structures and statues. I mean, without roads.
I want my white picket fence.
Yeah. I want my Leave It to Beaver house in the game.
Yeah, white picket fence and like your crapped up X3 to park in the front yard. Make it look ghetto.
With my storage shed in the back.
There's your player housing solution.
Let's see. Now we're to player bounty hunting. This, I'm surprised at the reaction of people on the forums. Actually, no, I'm not surprised by the reaction of the people on the forums. But man, there's a lot of people bitching about this.
I've seen people both ways. I've seen a couple of congratulation posts. People are just happy to get it back. And then I see some people are just outright pissed off. I mean, I don't even know what it's like. I haven't been able to respec yet to try it out.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, that was the big thing. That's the one thing I said last week I was looking forward to is the player bounty hunting, and I was going to switch to bounty hunter. The whole respec thing went crazy, and I decided to wait and finish my Acklay armor first. But, I mean, it just, and what's kind of deterred me is seeing about 20 bounty hunters just standing around the terminals in different places I go. But
it's classy.
I don't know. What is there really to complain about? I mean, you don't have to, you can avoid getting put on the system.
Yeah, and even if you do, you have the chance to get those legs. I mean, go for it.
I just think you can get the cybernetic legs if you get killed.
I know, I keep bringing that up. I gotta bring that up, Star Trek and Sigourney Weaver at least once every episode. If I don't, I haven't filled my role as a senator.
I think one thing that people are complaining about is the fact that if you're special forces and you're with a group and one of your people gets attacked, they should be able to attack the bounty hunter back, and I can kind of see where they're coming from in that situation. But
that'd be old school.
Other than that, I mean, and the whole one of the big arguments is you should only allow one bounty hunter at a time to take the mission. I think it makes it more Star Wars-y if you have multiple bounty hunters going after a bounty. I mean, it's just like everyone remembers Empire Strikes Back and Darth Vader talking to a group of bounty hunters and looking for Han Solo.
Disintegrations.
Yeah, it's like that's the way it's supposed to be. Is not like, oh, okay, here you go try this first, and if you fail, then I'll give it to the next guy.
Oh, and yeah, the terminals are having a problem right now where they're not displaying the payout the way it's supposed to.
Is it showing up more or less?
It's showing up exactly what it is. So it's kind of like it was in the old Jedi system where people can kind of plan ahead and grab the same mission. Instead of doing the, yeah, we used to do that in the old days. Get 3 of us and go gank 1 Jedi. It was great.
You bastard.
Well, I paid my dues. I became a Jedi eventually. And then I had to do the crappy grind. Yeah, I got AFK killed on the rancher a lot.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Some stealth enhancements. A concealed device ability for bounty hunters now has a 15-meter range. Drop your trap, target your trap, and use the concealed device ability. And we're back.
I wish I could use traps.
What are you?
I can't figure them out.
You're commando, or you just
commando. My alt has some, and I just can't even figure them out.
It's beyond your comprehensive ability.
Yeah, it's just like the concept of dropping in this big net on the middle of the ground and hoping someone will walk on it. And then I have it like commando has an ability to detect them, and I'm like I don't need to detect them. I can see them. They're like 9 feet wide.
Just leave them everywhere. Okay, now we're into the professions. Commando, you got the change to heavy weapons. The dot damage and the dot duration have been increased. Heavy weapons damage for commandos has been increased. They have the whole feathering thing. That's a mess right now, so you say. I think you're just a complaining commando.
We're all complaining commandos.
You've gotten more dot damage. Double the dot.
That doesn't do anything if you can't hit them with it. Like we got this, like 50% damage increase, but we're missing like 90% of the time, so it's not doing too much.
It evens out.
See, now I'm not gonna use my lava cannon for, fighting anymore. I'm just gonna grief people with it and just sit there and shoot all the role players. Like them see the role player way out of that one.
Oh man, entertainers.
Asteroids!
Entertainers.
On their content.
Well, they they were supposed to get their combat, they removed that, and it seems like on our wiki, that they really are they're the ones who got hit with the bugs the most.
They did.
I don't know how that happened, but
I feel bad for them.
Some of the things they can do, they can once again apply inspiration buffs to another player, and the inspiration buffs will give the correct XP. A weaponsmith inspiration will now give Jedi a bonus for crafting lightsabers. Look at that, they're kissing the Jedi ass again. Inspiration buffs.
I got a full.
Keep it clean.
I apologize. Inspiration buffs that don't relate to existing professions have been removed. They couldn't clean that up before. Entertainers can sing. There's content. The sing command will open a special chat bubble with musical notes to enhance your performance.
Uh-oh. That didn't apply to us, did it? Like combat classes?
No. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. If you do sing, like, you make a macro, like sing ROFL, it, like, makes you do a pelvic thrust over and over and over. And if you want to bug entertainers, you do that, you macro it, and you stand behind them. Another tip.
Too bad you can't medical forge while someone's behind you. Pelvic thrusting.
Reach into them.
And now, on to... Here's just some more tweaks for entertainers, and I'm sure entertainers have all read over the notes. Jedi only got the added animation to sweep attacks.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't even working.
It's too fast, you can't see it. Combat's too fast to see it. Let's see, medic. They've reduced the medic's healing, or the cost of the healing abilities. The cost of the back to haze has been slightly reduced to that level 1. Oh, so that level 1. I can't read tonight. Wow. I need to find my glasses. Let's see. I'm going to shoot through this a little bit faster. More
smugly revamp.
Profession respects. This was kind of the debacle. Besides the entertainer issues, this was the major thing that it kind of hit up Publish 28 was the profession respects. guess they ran into a little bug where people were losing levels. I know that would piss me off.
I don't know you even did that.
Do you know anybody that had that happen to them?
No, I've been hit by the opposite effect. I logged in on my character on Corbantis, and I went from novice entertainer to master without touching her. So I'm quite happy with this bug.
Sony puppet.
Sony puppet. So they say.
But they
But
did.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
no one on my server even got time to respec because the server was down.
Well, the one good thing they did is they pulled the NPC pretty quickly, and then got to work on it and brought it back with 28.1, which I believe was Friday morning. And I believe
Yeah,
it's
that didn't
working
fix
now.
anything. That was supposed to fix the terrain too, and didn't do that.
Well, the one thing they did is they kind of switched up the way respecs work too, is you can no longer switch from like, if you're a master combat, you can't go to like master trader or master entertainer. You go to lower level, like novice. And same thing, you can't go from trader to master entertainer and master entertainer to master trader. It's kind of like they separated them a bit, and I think that's the only way they could really make it fair. Otherwise,
Well, yeah, but now it's like a professional restart kit.
yeah, I mean, all your do the what's it called? Do your respec devices do the same thing? Is that universal?
I think they do, because they want you to drop them and pick them up before you use them.
Well, I was wondering, even after you do that, is it going to do the same thing as the respec NPC with respect to going from entertainer to trader and back and forth? I mean, they had to do that though because, not to piss off entertainers, but entertainer was a easy profession to go in and like just AFK grind your way through it in like 3 days and then switch over to a trader.
Or if you're me, just log in.
Or if you just log in. That's because you're in the bed with the devs.
Yes, and I have a respec kit on that one too.
Look at you go.
I'm going commando.
I mean,
Nope, no pun.
it doesn't make everybody happy, but it's the only way you could keep people from exploiting the system.
Yeah.
And there's people out there that do that.
They're good people.
The published gifts get a free respec.
It doesn't work.
And the published 27 gifts are no longer available. Quest. We have the Ackley Armor quest. We've talked about that. It's a decent quest. I liked it. Thumbs up. One thumb up. Spread out the spawn points and you'll get 2 thumbs. And then they just added a whole bunch, a lot of stuff for Borvos, the Corellia Legacy quest. Now, do you have to finish the Tatooine Legacy quest to do the Corellia Legacy quest?
Probably finish the Naboo one, because you never finished Legacy, have you?
No.
Okay, it goes from Tatooine to Naboo, and you work for the RSF. Then you probably go to Corsac, I don't know. I'll have to try it. I kinda get tired of the Legacy quests.
I tried
They're
doing
very
them,
slow.
because I tried to put a character on a different server, and I tried going up and leveling up and doing the Legacy quest, and I just didn't have it in me.
Well, I can see where it'd be good for new players. This is like, we had nothing like this when we started, and this would be bliss to have this kind of quest.
Oh, I know. It was just like, okay, here's 200 credits, learn something, and here's a mission terminal, go kill some Durnies.
For days on end. And Corpse Run was still on, that made it that much more interesting.
I never had to do a corpse run. I never died. Cause you got, 3 deaths before that would kick in?
Yeah, that was kind of fun though. I love the terrain warping on you and stuff like that. Some random NPC base would drop and then you would be able to get to your body.
And my favorite thing was when we could, there was a bug one night and you'd take missions and you'd run out towards them and it'd do that thing like when you got out by the waypoint they had originally given you, it would shift to a different location to like the actual waypoint. And like when it would do that, it would complete the mission and give you money.
That was great.
Yeah. I ran a few missions that night.
We've had some great bugs.
See,
my favorite was...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
No, give me your bug. Favorite bug.
Okay, my favorite bug was remember the one when they started player housing in the lots, when you dropped the house and you destroyed it and picked it back up and added to your lots?
No, I never had that happen to me.
It was hotfixed after one day. Like, you drop a guild hall and you destroy it to pick it back up and you'd have 15 lots.
Nice. My buddy was, what'd he have? He only had 8 lots when he started. And he couldn't understand why I had, like, my house and, like, how many harvesters I had. And I'm like, dude, we're supposed to have 10 lots. He's like, no, we have 8. I'm like, no, we have 10.
I had like 35 or something when I was done. It was great for harvesters.
I think it's some tweaking to the Deathwatch bunker. When a player begins crafting Mandalorian armor, they now get a message letting them know the 5-minute timer has started. In 5 minutes, all players will be ejected from the crafting room.
And that singly happened because Thunderheart, we did a test center, we did a Deathwatch bunker run of Thunderheart. And he had no idea how to craft the armor. We were doing the jetpack. And he lost his jetpack base and all the components because he didn't know the pop-up window and everything you have to spam.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that's why it's in the patch notes now.
How pissed was he?
He was pretty pissed off. He forgot even how to get into the room. He didn't know you needed the aluminum gel just to get in there. And we had to like walk all the way up and get a new one and then come back.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, whenever you see Thunderheart, just get him as many bugs as you can. Creep him all you want.
Like, he didn't have, like, a backslash, like, base command that would put a new jetpack base in his inventory.
The God mode.
They fixed the crafting tool, so if a trader fails to craft the armor, groups who enter the room afterward will have a chance to craft the armor. A few more tweaks. I'm just trying to pick out some of the main
Mando
things.
helmets.
If there's anything you know.
Rebreather.
A lot of legacy
like
quests.
Legacy. More fixes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a lot.
There's a hell of a lot. Rage of the Wookiees.
It's point A to point B.
Trials of Obi-Wan. I mean, at least, this is good. It's nice to see them getting in there and fixing this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always say, well, it should have been done before. Well, it wasn't, and now they're doing it. We're seeing a lot of it at a time, so be happy.
And Legacy Quest is for mid-level, too. 39 and up.
39 up.
Is that what they added, or is that what they...
That's what they added.
No.
That's what I was looking at some of the quests, and it was saying 39 to 45.
Oh.
I might get in there and try to do some of this. I hope I don't have to do all the stuff before it. I probably do.
Probably. Do Jabba's theme park again.
I don't wanna. They added
It's
sound
fun
effects
now.
to the self-heal abilities for all professions. That's something big. Come on.
Well, now you can hear it, but it won't do anything. Score.
Here's a bunch of spacecraft that nobody cares about because everyone hates space.
Hey,
Hey, we
I'll
love
stop you.
space!
I'm going to get into space at one point. I'm
3-on-1 now.
promising I'm getting into space at some point.
You can join me on my little ship, the cannon that kicks bass.
Anything big in what they added to space?
They're adding gunships. That's going to be cool. Not this patch,
No,
but...
I'm talking about we're talking about this publish. I've rambled on enough, and I'm trying to
Oh,
shoot through
okay. I
this
thought we were
stuff.
looking to the future or something.
No, I'm talking about what came in this publish. Anything that
Oh, they made a couple little fixes to the YT-2400, the possibly most bugged ship in existence. And they semi-nerfed the Jedi Starfighter,
What
which
did
they
they
need
do
to
to
do
that?
more. They turned down the yaw pitch and roll. It's this god-awful little ship that's one of the rewards. It's easy to get. And you know the size of an A-Wing, right?
Yeah.
This thing's like 30% bigger, but its hitbox is a tenth of the size. It has double guns, it has a missile launcher, it's got 90k mass. It's 2/3 the size of the A-Wing.
Wow.
It's like the best ship ever. If you like PvP of that thing on Starsider, you're gonna get your ass kicked for that one. Oh yeah, sorry. It's PG-13. X-Men was PG-13. That word came up there a few times.
Yeah, ass is okay to say.
Okay.
Okay. No F-bombs.
No. Don't say the S word.
Ship?
Yep.
Space?
Either one of them.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're done with 20.
Oh, there's one more on space. It's interesting. They changed the length of the escort missions. Your ship you have to escort and all of them is like 5 times as fast now.
That's
And
sweet.
there's a mission, Storm Squadron. Usually it's like the longest mission in the game. It takes like 3 hours. It's a 3-hour escort mission. You can't leave at any point. And it's about 10 minutes now. And like all the escorts are like this. By the time you like start following the ship, one ship will warp in to attack you and it'll fly out. It's great.
Might have to go in and do that.
I did all the reward ships that Kashyyyk. I never did them before. I did them all in 15 minutes.
Oh, I love this one. I was just looking through some of the world changes. Han Solo and Chewbacca inside the Lucky Depot, whatever, have had their stolen chairs returned.
Yeah, it's been gone since Rage of the Wookiees.
The bastards! How could they do that to those guys?
The perpetrators have been caught.
Okay, so overall, I mean, I'm happy with what I've seen so far with Publish 28. I haven't had a chance to get into the whole player bounties. Some people like it, some people don't, but
some people can't make it.
You're bound to get some bugs hit, and I don't know. It seems like were the bugs that hit live, were they talked about in Test Center, or was some of this stuff did it just happen?
That's what burned people. It was discussed on Test Center.
Like the entertainer issues, or even the respawn?
Yeah, all that was talked about endlessly. Nobody respected on Test Center. It really didn't occur to anybody because we had the stupid blue frogs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Everyone just went to the blue frogs, and
I know they need to flash clone like Bria or something like they do when they test expansion packs. Have a replica of one of the servers, and Test Center's great and everything, but it's different than a live server in some ways. And that's what some of these bugs get into there in the first place.
All right. Well, hopefully they've learned their lesson. Knock on something. Let's move on to Rogue 5's comlink. We'll get through this quick. This was just basically a breakdown of the targeting system that they want to introduce in Publish 29. And,
very good.
So some of the features for it: mousing over an object does not change the intended target. The intended target corresponds to the health action bars in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Pressing escape will clear the current intended target. Left or right clicking on an object does not change the current target if you already have an intended target. It does, however, change if you do not have a current intended target. And I think that's what I skipped over something. Basically, what you could do is you can kind of like lock onto a target. They mentioned something. Maybe you know about this better than I do, but something about a box like in space.
It's the space system. They're just using the space system, which is really good. Okay. You can kind of cycle through.
So basically, you can lock onto something, but you still have to target over it to shoot it.
Yeah. So, like, if you have, like, a pack of Night Sisters, like 10 of them in one spot again, if you lock onto them and you start clicking on the pack, as long as your crosshair's floating over, like, the Night Sister where she is, it'll hit her instead of the others.
I like that.
That's
that.
Very
We've
good.
been asking for that.
Yeah, we whine and they listen.
Occasionally.
Don't take that to heart, though.
Yes, don't
Pre-CU still won't happen.
For the win!
Yeah, is that pre-CU guy still here?
I don't know. I think...
It doesn't look like it.
I don't know. I think the people who are on the forums now, like, putting pre-CU for the win for everything, I don't think they actually mean it anymore. I couldn't see you still being around if you wanted pre-CU.
Yeah, it's been a year now. Screw this, I'm going to WoW.
Have fun.
Have you noticed a lot of people come back lately?
I noticed, especially with Publish 28, I don't know if it's just because the bounty hunters are in the city looking for people, but on Bloodfin, the cities have been pleasantly packed.
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been like this little breath of fresh air, and we've had a lot of people come back. I mean, I didn't eat in a couple of days this week just to pay for my account because I was so excited about this. I invented a new cereal. I bought the crap out of the M&M machines at the ferry terminal and dumped it in milk. That was my money-saving thing. I called my cereal MMOs. Wasn't very healthy.
That was bad.
I'm just reading the cue cards.
Wow, was that bad. Oh, man.
I could have called them SWGs.
I prefer taking Oreos and crushing them up in a bowl and pouring milk on them.
No, Oreos are too expensive when you're at university. M&M's are only a quarter.
Okay, yeah, we went over Rogue 5's comlink. Anyways, new combat. New target system. Publish 29. Hopefully.
Cool.
Friday feature real quick is basically just a breakdown of ships. So,
more space for you.
Yeah, I could go through and break down the ships for you, like I did Publish 29, but I'm sure people have probably tuned out by now, so I won't do the same thing with the ships.
Isn't the Friday feature the same one they did for the Jump to Lightspeed launch?
Is it? I thought there was a bunch of screenshots. Oh,
It
wow.
is. I checked it out. It is.
The
I would have rated the
bastard.
feature like a 3 out of 5 anyway. I'm happy
They
they did
added
this.
They added a nice little chart, but that's about it.
Well, it's nice they put that out, but if you're a pilot, it's nothing you don't know already.
Exactly.
Instead of just saying, lamest ship ever next to the Jedi Starfighter instead of saying very fast and all that stuff. And I wish they put, actual numbers in there, if you had actual statistic numbers.
Oh, they can't do that because of the components you add in there changes it so much.
Yeah, but all the chassis have a base value, which is changed by experimentation, but you can just put, the maximum number for each.
Yeah. Well, they did that for the loadouts. Like the Dune Lizard's 85,000.
Oh, yeah. The mass and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we done
Not a
talking
bad
about
feature.
space now?
No, I gotta, bring up Sigourney Weaver, too. She was an alien.
Well, you can do that on during Q&A because that's where we're at now.
Okay.
First question we have from Hellwalker. Oh, he sounds tough. Can we hope for a solution about abandoned house and ghost cities? I think we kind of talked about that. Hopefully they're on the road to that, but
Did they mention that in a comlink last week? Rogue 5's comlink or something? I remember them talking about looking for a solution to
I don't know if
crappy
it was
cities.
in a comlink. Maybe it was.
Might have been Helios.
I know somebody mentioned it and said that they were, they're like in the first stages, like with reintroducing, like the maintenance. I think what they want to ideally do is, not destroy people's houses, but do like some sort of automatic pack up. So like if you haven't been on for a certain amount of time, your house gets packed up and put in your inventory.
But what do you do with vendors, though? Because there's a lot of malls where the guy doesn't own it anymore, and you have these vendor malls full of people.
It's gotta be some, I don't know how hard it is to do what they do, so I don't know. It seems like the easiest thing would just be an automatic pack up, get stuff the hell out of there.
I just wish they could turn just maintenance back on, and then take care of everything.
Get rid of the condemned status, or like going to your bank account and make people have to actually.
Yeah, get rid of that. We didn't have that before. And turn the maintenance back up to the full, not the half of it anymore. Problem solved. That's how it always worked that way.
Oh, we'll see what they come up with. Oh, guess what? Narkill doesn't like you.
Who does? Narkill?
Yeah. This looks like Narkill doesn't like Josh. You've alienated a fan. Way to go. Okay, Vector Pyro, I think that's it. There was an issue that Helios raised about the neutral faction. What are our thoughts on a under-faction versus town person, city militia factions?
That'd be cool. I'd like to have a city militia, like, when you ban people from your city right now, all it does is keeps them from using the public services. I think it'd be cool if, city militia could shoot anybody.
City that people are going to want to use, besides the shuttle?
Oh, the shuttle, there's like a vendor mall, like, if you have a city hall, I don't know, if they put malls and stuff like that on that, it'd be cool. Mission terminals, yeah, it's pretty much worthless now. It should be if they walk into your city, you could, cap their ass.
Well, they had that before.
Did they?
Yeah, the militias originally, you could, tell people to get out, and if they didn't get out, you could attack them.
Oh, you're right. That was a long time ago now. That was the first few months of Player Cities, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I remember the screenshot of a CSR, and he was laying on the ground, and he's like, "Don't incap me again."
Beat up customer service.
Yeah, that's a quick way to get banned.
That's the dream.
Okay. What, if any, things have you heard on buying more items on the recruiter, maybe special abilities or more weapons? I think that will happen with the Galactic Civil War revamp that they're working on, and when they get the whole ranking system and being able to get items, I think then you'll see the faction recruiters worthwhile again.
I hope they sell E3s. I'm looking forward to that. I remember hearing about that. They were going to add them in as heavy weapons.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, sit there and shoot some rebels.
See, we have to be reminded that Jedi are not allowed to wear the Ackley armor. Why would a Jedi want to?
Yeah, it's got crappier stats than the Elder Robe.
Do you think adding neutral as a true faction would add to the Galactic Civil War? Nope.
Doesn't Galactic Civil War imply Rebels and Imperials?
Yeah. I don't know. Pick a side, everybody.
Boba Fett was neutral.
Yeah, but he got hired by the Empire. I mean, wouldn't neutral be like shooting everybody in sight?
That's how you can add him to the Galactic Civil War. We can be hired.
Give them like a TEF against everybody all the time. Look at the third faction.
I like that idea.
Let us be hired.
All you neutral traitors.
Hey, I got a spy out there.
How neutral of you.
I'm always neutral.
All I know is my gut tells me maybe.
Vet rewards. Instead of giving a painting or a hologram, what about giving vets more storage in their houses for the many items we collect? I believe they've mentioned that.
Was it? I thought vet rewards were all going to be holograms, paintings, and respects.
Well, I think maybe it was at the summit, I don't know, but I know somewhere they mentioned like the possibility of adding more storage to houses. I don't know if as a vet reward or in general.
Well, that'd be kind of cool, but right now we have yachts anyway. You can dump stuff on there.
Someone mentioned
you can fill 3 yachts. They're free. You what?
Someone mentions about, for Deathbound Lee, how about adding more cybernetics that have a negative effect? I think I said that.
That'd be
and
cool.
I didn't even steal it from this guy because I just got to
more
the
legs.
questions.
We need more cyber legs. They're very iconic.
Maybe you can like talk to one of your buddies and they can like get you some.
I'm gonna do that. Get customer service to like kill me until I get some. I'm getting tired of getting killed by level 18s.
Hey, guess what? Every time we swore, the chat room would like go crazy and start swearing. Ass. These people aren't easily led. Okay. Wow, this show's long. There's an issue that Helios raised about the neutral faction. I think we got that one. Wow, I did it twice. And I'll answer this last question after the show. So I think.
What are you wearing?
Has anybody lined up for calls, Dukas? We can take a couple of them real quick.
Yeah, Cactus is still on.
Yeah, let's get Cactus on real quick.
Okay, if he calls me.
Okay, you might want to send him a message because there's like a minute delay. And we'll just wait here for a second. Oh no, anything you want to add to the show, Josh?
No, like advice or something?
Yeah, I don't know. You got any more tips to give to people?
Geese can be troublesome. I don't know. You want exploits?
Exploits galore.
Okay, let's see what we have here. No, I'm just kidding. God, I'd love to do that. If I ever quit Star Wars Galaxies, I'm going out for a blast.
Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on hold for a sec.
Okay. Cactus, how's it going?
Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are in the world.
We have people from everywhere right now.
Yeah, I'm ready for a nap.
So what do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, really quick, I did loot some of the Jedi armor, and I was getting double effect stuff with resists about the equivalency of the Jedi Master robes for like the level 80 plus stuff. So it's not good, it's not bad. It'll probably be better than the robes if you get a whole suit that has multiple stuff in it.
Did you get your animation working for sweep? Is that working for you?
I did not notice any difference. But then, of course, I was out hunting like Dark Jedi Masters and stuff like that, and trying not to get caught with more than one thing around me. So I almost never used the sweeps. I will tell you that I was in the DWB for a while, just trying to see what dropped in there, and they were absolutely the weirdest drops. Getting premium pearls, eggs, milk. And, and stats with, like, clothing and armor and items with stats of plus 10 to plus 15 with a level of requirement of in the, like, upper 80s, close to 90s.
Yeah, like the 88 stuff. I got a couple of those.
I'm like going, what's this? And then somebody goes, hey, I'm getting multiple drops with multiple items off of, the Dark Jedi Masters, and I'm like going, alright, well, I'm off to Dantooine then, I guess. And,
Aren't some people kind of ticked off about the premium pearls and everything dropping? It seems like a lot since it's published.
it has. There's, of the pearls that I've gotten, 90% are premium. I've gotten some select qualities, but it's, they're obviously still working on the loot table, and there's some good things about it. I mean, they're finally starting, they listened to us obviously at the summit, because they're starting to drop the parts to craft the recyclers again instead of just the recycler schematic. They're dropping the parts, the schematic for the tumblers and everything, so I'm like going, I'm sitting here lighting, I looted blue wire, and everybody in the chat's going, what are you talking about? You so dumb. No, you don't understand. Oh no, I just looted the red wire!
I got the spinner fan today too.
So, I haven't gotten the spinner fan, but I still have like 8, like, feeding tubes and parts from before the NG, so I'm glad to see parts falling, and some of the
Gallons
armors,
of milk.
yeah. Well, actually, I'm happy about the milk, because one of the guys was freaking out, because I had 12K worth of milk in a house, and like, you have milk?
Milk should drop in gallons. That's the way to get it off people.
Shouldn't drop off dudes.
It should drop it. The funny thing is, I'm getting about the exact number as equal to the combat level of the tune that you're facing. So I'm like facing level 20s, and I'm actually reading it as it comes up. You found 20 milk. You found 20 milk. And I'm like, oh, that is funny, but I don't know. It's nice to see it in the game again, because it was just gone, and everybody's like, well, I guess I'll never make that again, or they have to charge outrageous for it. I mean, somebody offered me like 20 or 30 million for just a stack of 12K worth of milk, and I'm like going, no, it's gonna drop next week. Don't worry about it. You know.
Oh man, I would have sold it.
Well,
I'm a horrible person, but still.
I got annoyed that somebody gave me like 5 million for some. I'm like, here's my house of resources. You're in my guild. I've known you for 2 years. You're gonna be making me armor, and you're gonna help me get a jetpack for free. Here, go in there. If you see something you need, take it. He's like, oh, you've the most awesomest leather. And I'm like going, okay, then take it. And he said, and you have the right amount for making armor. And I'm like, great, take it. And he says, I've got to pay you for this. I'm like, what? You're okay, you're telling me that you're going to give me parts for free for a jetpack as long as I go down and craft it. And you want to give me money? No, don't worry about it. Turn around and he's giving me 5 million.
You poor
Nice.
bastard.
Wish I had your problems.
Alright, Cactus, I'm going to wrap up this call, and that way I can wrap up the show.
Alright.
So, thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
See if we lose him.
There he goes.
Okay, and I didn't mute. Beautiful. Alright, so I think that just about wraps it up for this show. I apologize for the published notes being so long and boring. I think I rambled on a bit on those, but what the hell can you do? I want to thank Josh for joining us tonight. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
I want to thank Dukas for being the mod. Wonderful
No
as
problem.
always, even when you guys are swearing in the chat room. Everybody knows, I'm sure you know our website, but it's www.thegalaxyreport.com. Head over there. We got our message boards up. We have the bug wiki. Once a week, I'm taking the information in the bug wiki. Like I'm just going to focus on Publish 28 right now. I'm taking that info and I'm going to send it to Rogue 5. He knows this, so he's not going to get a restraining order against me. And then once a week, I'll update him on the bugs you guys are running into. So it'll be a good way to give them some precise bugs that, another resource of trying to fix things for us. So, check that out. Make sure you fill it out. Don't be like the a-hole who decided to delete everything, even though I'd already saved everything. So, nice try. If you have questions, you can email us at thegalaxyreport@yahoo.com. I get back to some of them. I don't get back to some of them, but I try my best to get back to every one of them. Donations. We have our donation buttons in the upper right-hand corner of the site. You can subscribe, $2 a month. or you could give us a one-time donation, whatever you see fit. I have some stuff to give away, some like really cool stuff. I have Community Summit shirts, I have Star Wars Galaxies hats, and I have some 60-day gamer cards to give away. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that stuff. I'm still trying to plan. Josh, you had an idea on giving away a gamer card. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it'd be cool if they had like an art contest where you had to, do a piece of Star Wars Galaxies art. I don't mean like taking a screenshot and photoshopping it, but actually doing some legitimate fan art, because there isn't any out there. It's just this perpetual void of Star Wars Galaxies.
That could be a really good idea, and we could talk about it on the forum, see how people react. But I'm trying to think of something good to do, especially like for the gamer cards. I want to do something fun to give those out, and like the shirts and hats, I want to get those, especially the Community Summer shirts. I want to get those out as soon as possible to people before people forget what happened.
If you did the art thing, it'd be great if you get R5 to make a painting in the game. That'd be like the ultimate award.
I don't think I have that kind of power yet.
This is the JPEG. You can threaten them. You know where he is now. He reads the bug wiki. You write that in.
Yeah.
Not so subtle hint.
Okay, so I think that just about wraps up for the show. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will